Hi everyone, and thank you so much for joining me for another video. If you're new here, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. My name is Kamira, and we are going to be discussing today the coronavirus. Okay, so unless you've been living under a rock, I'm sure everyone have heard of the coronavirus, COVID-19, and just the madness that's being associated with it. So today we just want to really talk about, really what it is and how to protect yourself and your family from it. So the first thing we want to talk about, the name says it all, that it is a virus and it is affecting your respiratory system. So what you're seeing, of course, is the coughing, the fever, the shortness of breath, the difficulty breathing. And of course, if you are a severe case of it, it can also cause kidney and other organ damages as well. And people who have previous illnesses, of course, they're more at risk for it. So if you have asthma, COPD, it is a respiratory illness. So of course, you would be affected even more by it. And obviously people as well who have other things. So if you have cancer, your WBCs are low, you have diabetes, that puts you more at risk for it, or any other complications that you might have, any other illnesses, of course, you are more at risk for contracting the virus. So just things how to protect yourself and your family. So I would say steps to protect yourself and your family. One, hand washing, of course, because we know this virus, personally, for me, I feel like they're still trying to figure out the exact way that this virus is being transmitted. Because when you talk about it, you're saying to yourself, okay, is it airborne? Is it droplet? Is it contact? Like, how is this virus actually being spread? So the CDC, because I actually went to work this weekend, and the CDC have actually said that we don't need to wear that N95 mask anymore. Now, they said that the only time that we should be wearing that N95 mask is if you are literally in close proximity with that patient, such as collecting any sputum from that patient. That's the only time. Other than that, they said if you are literally going in the room just to do your assessment of that patient, so you're going to be touching them, you typically just need your gloves and your surgical mask. That's literally what they recommend right now. So for those at home, we are going to be putting in a hand washing clip to show you ways that are wrong, that you should not be doing to wash your hand, and then the correct way of how to wash your hands. Because those are the basic, and you will be amazed how many people don't know how to do that, including healthcare workers that forget their basics. So second thing you want to do is just to avoid close contact with everyone. So of course, if you can avoid it during this time, I mean, traveling and, you know, large crowds, airports, those sort of things. And I guess that's the reason why they're shutting everything down, because, you know, some people are not showing those symptoms that they are having, you know, the coughing and the fever and shortness of breath. Some people are just asymptomatic. They just don't show any symptoms. So if you are sick, you know, please stay at home. Right now, I mean, even if you did go to a hospital, because there's a lot of people that's showing up at the hospital just to get a free screening and to make sure that they don't have COVID-19. And I don't think they realize that you're actually putting yourself at more risk by showing up to an emergency room. Everyone from all walks of life show up at an emergency room. So you're exposing yourself even more. So if you don't think you have it, but you just want to be tested and be ruled out or, you know, put off the list or whatever the case, just stay home. Stay home. Go see your PCP. Go see a pulmonologist if you need to, but do not come to the ER. This weekend, I actually work at the ER, and I was actually put at the entrance to do screening for people that are possibly sick. So it was called entrance screening is what I had to do this weekend. And I actually just wore a surgical mask because my N95 mask that I was given based on my size for the fit mask test, I failed it. So that mask doesn't work for me. I really need a hood, which is the entire piece that goes over your head. So a lot of people in the public that are going crazy about this N95 mask. And let me show you guys this mask that I'm talking about. So this is the mask that I had this weekend to wear. And it didn't fit because I failed my fit test. So this is the mask that I was given and I didn't even wear it. Now, for a lot of you people that are going crazy out there and you want this mask and you want to wear it, you need to understand that there's a fit test that needs to be done for you to wear that mask. And how the fit test is done is you place this mask over your nose and your mouth. The strings obviously go over your head. And then they put on a hood on you. So it's almost like, I don't know if you want to call it a vented hood, but it's placed over your head. And then they take sucrose and spray it inside. So if you can actually taste it in your mouth, then you know this mask is not working effective like it should. So for everyone at home who's going crazy with this mask, how do you actually know? Are you guys doing fit tests or you're just kind of hoping and praying? And a lot of people don't even know how to wear this mask appropriately. While I was at the ER entrance this weekend, there's a lot of people who actually showed up wearing their mask. And this is how a lot of them had it on. So this is your typical surgical mask that you're talking about. This is actually the one that I wore this weekend. I kept it. But this is it. This is literally the mask, right? This is how people came into the ER with the mask. Look at it. Ridiculous. Now, if you're at least at home, let me make sure you guys can hear me. I'm sorry. So if you are at home, and obviously mine's kind of buckled out because I've worn it before. You can see that I've worn it before. So as soon as I went to put it on, it's already trying to conform to the shape of my face, which is what you want in the first place. But typically, if you don't, and this is a fresh mask that comes out of the pack, when you put it over your face, it kind of stays straight. So you have to put this thing on, pinch it, okay? So there's an iron rod in it that you need to pinch it to your face, and you need to pull this underneath your chin. And there it is, to make sure that it's actually fitted to your face. And so many people, let me just take this off to make sure you can hear me. But so many people are going, look at it. You can see when you take it off. See that fit, that pinch, because it does have a metal piece in it. But so many people are going crazy and they don't even understand this thing needs to be pinched to your nose and pull underneath your chin. So you actually know that this mask is effective. Now, the thing, of course, that the surgical mask is good for, it does have air pockets in there. So if it's tiny particles, it can escape through there, which is why you would have the N95 mask that would trap everything on the outside. But it does block large particles as well for bacteria and viruses. So if someone is hacking and coughing, a lot of that would get trapped on the outside of the mask. Thank God this weekend I didn't have, close contact. Everyone was at least, 3 feet away from me that I was assessing them. And I did have a tech that was working with me and she was taking the temperatures. And of course, sometimes I took the temperatures as well. But for the most part, most people were 3 feet away from me. So we address the mask. That's the proper way, people. Please wear it the proper way. Okay. Next thing, if you are sick, stay at home. There's just no going around it. Stay at home if you're sick and you're not feeling well, okay? And if you do have to go to the emergency room, as we said, if you do have that mask, put it on the proper way and then go to the emergency room. And if you don't have that mask, once you get there, one should be provided for you so you don't spread and infect everyone else, even if it's just the flu that you have. Next thing that you want to do is, of course, your basic for coughing and sneezing, okay? And there's still a lot of people just sneeze all out in the environment, okay? Appropriate way for you to sneeze is with a tissue. You sneeze in that tissue, you ball it up, you throw it away, you wash your hands. Of course, a lot of times we're on the go. We don't always have a tissue in our pocket just waiting for us. So you need to sneeze straight in your shirt, okay? Elbow sneezer, please do not do this, okay? This didn't even make any sense at all. If you're gonna sneeze, get in the crease of your elbow, typical thing, and you sneeze in here, okay? So elbow, inside your shirt, and of course, if you have a tissue, please utilize that, okay? Next thing I want to talk about is, of course, cleaning and disinfecting. Now, I know that, these shelves are empty. There's like no bleach out there. There's no bleach products at all for you to find. And I thought it was so crazy because there's no bleach products, but all the tissues are still there. Then so you can see, we can start from here. So a few paper towels, tissues, which you actually need for respiratory, is full. Swipers are all gone. And this is not a virus that is contracted through your anus. You know, this is a respiratory virus, and that's how it's contracted. So it would be nice if you're coughing and sneezing for you to use a tissue and for you to go out there and purchase tissues, you know, actual tissues for your nose, Kleenex products, if you will, or any other off-brand products, but tissues, okay, for you to use for that purposes. So I want to talk about, you know, for shout out to all, you know, healthcare workers, for anybody who's, you know, literally out there, especially right now, you're working in the hospital, doctor's office, dental hygienist, anything that you're doing right now in the healthcare field, you know, and oh my gosh, we got to shout out all our EVS team, our environmental personnel, because they have to go in all these rooms after and do an amazing job and make sure that they are cleaning it so it is completely sanitized for the next patients that's coming. So shout out to everyone. But also to you guys, there's a lot of healthcare workers that don't wear gloves for certain things. There's a lot of ER nurses right now who, you know, and I kind of agree with them that I feel like this virus is being blown up and taken to a whole nother level. But some of them are just too nonchalant about this. I mean, they won't even wear a mask. They're not wearing the gloves. It's just, if we actually believe this person have, you know, COVID-19, then we're going to use some protection. It's like, why? Why put yourself and your family and other innocent people sometimes that's around you just from the grocery store, anywhere else at risk? Like, please protect yourself. Please be careful out here. You know, there's a lot of people who feel like they're so OCD and about cleanliness, and they don't do some basic stuff. You know, you're not cleaning your phone. I've never, you know, left a job, and people who work with me can tell you that. I clean my phone inside out, around the case, everywhere, you know, making sure that I clean all my pens, clean my instrument before I leave work, put everything away, and last before I walk out, I wash my hands. And sometimes I won't even wear my glove until I've clocked out and make it outside the building before I even take it off and throw it away. And those are just extreme measures, but that's me. There are healthcare workers that I work with who claim that they're OCD and they're so this and that with germs, but yet they're wash their uniform with their regular clothes. That makes no sense at all. You have to keep your uniform separate. Now, when I have a patient, if I have a patient that have a C diff, because we all know C diff, Lord. So when I come home, I literally strip down in the garage, put that thing in a plastic bag, tie it up, and bring it upstairs, drop it off, and I am straight to the shower. So right now, everything that's going on, if you weren't doing it before, please make sure that you actually start washing your work clothes separately, and not just washing them separately, but storing them separately. And I have a complete separate basket for that. So please make sure that you are doing that as well. Also, when you wash your clothes, I add Dettol to it, which is an antiseptic. But whatever you want to use to wash it, or Clorox, they do have colored bleach now as well if it's not all white clothes that you're using. But when you finish washing your machine, you need to add some bleach in there. Put some bleach in there, and I've been doing that ever since I started in the healthcare field. I never missed a beat on it, and my family can tell you and vouch for that. If I have to wash my uniform and I don't have time to do it to go, everybody is notified. Hey, I just washed my uniform. I didn't have time to wash the machine out. So somebody will go ahead and pour their gallon and let it wash. And I'm serious. We love bleach in my house. I love bleach. Bleach is like my bestie. So make sure that you're protecting yourself and you're doing that. Also, when you're leaving work, your work shoes, because people walk in their house sometimes with their work shoes. You need to put that thing in a plastic bag. Leave it in the trunk of your car. And you can't say, well, I don't have a house or a garage. I live in an apartment. When I lived in an apartment complex, and I tell you no lie, I used to come home and strip down in the stairs. And yes, they had cameras in my apartment, but just to show you, I didn't care. I wasn't going in there with that. I would take off all of my clothes, if I had a seated patient, in the hallway, put it in a bag, and just, because my apartment was right next to the stairway, and I would just dart in my apartment very quickly. So 1 second, might see a little flash, but just 1 second and get in there. And my shoes, I would always leave my shoes in the trunk of my car in a plastic bag, double bag it, and then I have some slippers that I wear to go into my house with. But don't bring that stuff into your house, and just be careful. Make sure you're not taking this stuff home to your kids. Because sometimes I think we just kind of get lost as healthcare workers, and we just, as I said, I'm still in the field, and I see a lot of people who swear they're so clean, they're so OCD, and the things that they do at work, they sit at these nasty computers and eat their food. And they're touching, and they're typing, and they're eating, and they don't see it. They don't see the connection. Your phone that you're getting from one person to the next. And my coworkers that work with me, so if they see these videos, they know I'm not lying. They'll be like, oh, here's your phone. I'd be like, put it right over there. Yep, I'll get to it. And I put my gloves on first. I get that bleach wipe, and I'm cleaning that phone. And I don't care. I know they say the bleach wipe ruined those phones, but that's me. That's what I do. And I just feel safer that way. Because so many nurses go into rooms and they have patients who are on contact, and they're in the room and answering their phone. You're in an isolation room. You're in the middle of a wound change or dressing or whatever you're doing, and you answer your phone. No, baby. Put that phone over there, I'll get to it, and then I'll clean it. Now, let's talk about these crazy social media hype people who are just out there buying rolls and rolls and rolls of toilet paper. What you plan to do with it? I'm curious. What are you planning to do with this thing? Because I want to know. I mean, worst case scenario, wash your ass. That's the worst case scenario. You don't have any toilet paper. You're out of toilet paper for whatever crazy reason. Wash it. That's it. You can either wash it from sitting on your toilet or just get in the shower, take a shower, wash your butt. That's it. End of story. All this toilet paper and this crazy hype that's going on, it's insane. We went to the store and the shelves are completely cleared out. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing on the shelves. Like, meat are gone, toilet paper. And it was so crazy because the stuff that I was buying and that I went to the grocery store for my weekly grocery shopping was still there. Because you know what I'm buying? I'm looking for my fruits, I'm looking for my vegetable, and typical things that we use. Now, these are the things that you guys should be going crazy for. Your ginger, your turmeric, or turmeric, however you pronounce it. Those are the things that you should be getting hyped up on. Your lemons, your oranges, garlic. You should be looking for stuff that are potent anti-inflammatory is what you should be looking for. Okay, so stuff that's going to help to fight free radicals, and that's high in antioxidant. So, all your vitamin C, those are the stuff that people should be going crazy right now to try to get. Or even vitamins, if you want to go out there and buy a bunch of vitamins, then to just boost your immune system. Those are what we should be trying to do, is to help ourselves. Make sure you're doing proper hand washing and load up as much as possible on food that are great for you and that are good with anti-inflammatory, fighting free radicals and those sort of things. That's how you can help to protect yourself. Toilet paper ain't gonna save you, okay? And worst case scenario, if you do get this virus, just hope and pray that your immune system is strong enough to help fight it off. That is it. That's all you can do. Do your basic protection, wear a mask if it's applicable. If not, please don't, because you don't even know how to wear it. So make sure that you, at least from this video, know how to wear it. Because this weekend I was just amazed how many people were out here with this mask on, and it was just like, please pinch your nose and pull it under. So please don't go crazy and overboard. I know that this is not what we budgeted for, and the kids are out of school, so we might have to tap into, some additional money or just move some things around in our budget. I know I'm gonna have to, but I'm not going overboard either, and I'm not going crazy about it. I'm not about to go out there like people are spending, $500, $1,000 or more, whatever. If you got a tax refund, that's literally what you're doing. You're blowing it. I mean, I guess great that you're boosting the economy, I guess, for groceries, but please stop being ridiculous, because you do have a family to take care of afterwards. You still have bills to pay. Don't blow your budget. It's unnecessary. Don't blow your budget. Walmart, Publix, Kroger, Winn-Dixie, Bravo, Save a Lot for my Florida people. Those stores, I promise you, if they have to make their employees wear gas masks to be out there selling food and making money, they're going to be open. You guys are being ridiculous and buying up the supplies. And again, you're buying up all the wrong unnecessary things, okay? So stop blowing your budget. And then you're stocking up on foods that are unhealthy for you. You're stocking up on all these canned foods. It's not a hurricane. We are still going to have electricity. Last time I checked, viruses, they're not eating away at the power cords. We're still going to have electricity. You can still cook. Newsflash, you can still cook. Stop buying up all this junk stuff. People are out here buying up all these ramen noodles. I'm sure you're going to end up with high blood pressure. Hopefully you don't have a stroke from all the salt that you're going to be eating in these noodles. Calm down, okay? I know it's a pandemic, because of this virus right now, but the things that you're doing is unnecessary. People are not thinking critically. They're not thinking rational. They're just in a panic mode, and it's like grab stuff, save stuff. All this meat, worst come to worst, if you don't have electricity, put some coal on a fire, turn on that grill, and throw some veggies on there. Throw some meat on there. What you're doing right now is unnecessary. Please save your money. Don't blow your budget, because guess what? This virus, if it is what they say it is, because I'm still not convinced, but let's just say it is what they say it is, I'm sure it's going to be months ahead, and things are going to get worse before it get better. Now, this is not the first virus in history. This is not the first thing that we've been on. The flu kills a lot of people. There's N1H1. There's yellow fever that we've been through. There's the plague. There's been so many things. Did y'all forget about Ebola? Did we forget about anthrax? I mean, we went through this. So you guys need to just think rational. Calm down, stop checking the stock market if you do have stocks. And if you have a little bit of money, stop wasting it on toilet paper and all these unnecessary groceries and go get you some stocks, honey. The prices are low right now, okay? Because everybody believes that the world is crashing, it's about to burn. So the stock market is low. And if you look at the history of the stock market, it always bounced back. So stop spending your money on worthless toilet paper, okay? Worst case scenario, you wash your ass again, okay? Let me explain something to you, okay? And I might be going in and out with this accent because, it be coming out like that sometimes. But as we said, you don't have no toilet paper, guess what? Wash your body, okay? How can you go about that? Number one, use leaves. Yes, that's what our ancestors used before. Number two, you can sit on the toilet and wash your body. Number three, you don't want to sit on the toilet? Get in the shower and wash your ass. Yes, wash your ass. Soap and water cleans it. Or a washcloth for even friction and better effect. Number four, you don't want to do all that. If there's a creek or a river, sit in it and wash your ass. But bottom line is, you can survive without toilet paper. Crazy thing is, the aisle for baby wipes are full. Go get you some baby wipes then. Worst case scenario, use baby wipes. And if there are no baby wipes and people just start being a fool even more, you know what my mom used to do? before, when they had kids, before all of this, you know, before we had wipes, or before she could afford wipes. I'm sure wipes was there. Maybe she couldn't afford wipes. They just used to take a baby's washcloth, put a little soap and water, and wash that baby's ass. So it's the same concept, people. Wash your ass. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.